Imagine working in the heart of India's multi-billion-dollar technology hub, logging off after a long day of building global software only to realize your only way of getting home is by hitching a ride on the back of an open cargo truck. For a city that sells itself to the world as India's technology capital, last evening was an embarrassing reminder of how fragile that claim can be. A single train developed a fault near Kabban Park metro station at around 6:30 in the evening, right in the middle of peak rush hour, and within minutes, one of Bengaluru's busiest transit corridors had ground to a halt. Services on the purple line between MG Road and Magadhi Road were suspended entirely. 5 stations went dark, and thousands of people who had trusted the metro to get them home were left stranded on platforms with nowhere to go. And what followed was the kind of scene you do not expect in a city of Bengaluru's stature. Cabs disappeared, auto drivers either vanished or quoted prices that working professionals simply could not justify after a long day at the office. And so, in what became the defining image of the evening, commuters in India's Silicon Valley climbed aboard passing trucks and lorries just to get home. And the disruption lasted nearly 4 hours. Full services were only restored at 5 in the morning today. What made it worse was that this was not an isolated incident waiting to be fixed in isolation. The Purple Line has seen repeated disruptions over the years, power failures, signaling faults, breakdowns in underground sections, with peak hour outages becoming almost predictable. Each time the city pays the price. Each time BMRCL assures commuters that the problem has been addressed. And each time Bengaluru holds its breath, wondering when the next one will come. Bengaluru is known as India's IT capital, and the metro plays a vital role in moving large numbers of office-goers every day. When a single station experiences a fault and brings services to a halt across a major stretch, it shows how vulnerable the city's transport network still is. Such disruptions not only affect daily commutes, but also put pressure on the city's economy and its reputation as a place with reliable infrastructure. The chaos yesterday highlighted the need for stronger backup systems and better integration between different modes of transport. Now, predictably, the breakdown turned political before the night was even over. The BJP trained its guns on the Congress government in Karnataka, with party leaders pointing to the recurring nature of these disruptions and questioning why a city of Bengaluru's economic importance cannot keep its most critical public transport system running reliably. The line that landed hardest came from BJP's Tejashwi Surya, who described the situation as first world tech talent being let down by third world governance. So the big questions that we're trying to underscore tonight. Why does technical faults in Namma metro keep happening despite it being an important mode of transport in the city? How should Bengaluru improve its transport system so that a single fault does not cause such large-scale disruption? Vijay Prasad, spokesperson for the BJP, with us on the broadcast. Satabhish Shivanna, spokesperson for the Congress party, with us on the broadcast. And Sandeep Anirudhan, civic activist. Many thanks for taking out the time. To the Congress spokesperson first and foremost, because the biggest question that one is dealing with right now, sir, is that can a world-class city afford this third world redundancy that we're looking at? Yes, Mr. Prasad, we'll come to you. We'll come to you in just a bit. You can show us full frame. You can show us full frame what you're showing there. But to the Congress spokesperson, the BJP says that one technical snag was enough to bring India's IT capital to a grinding halt, right down to its knees. I mean, what's the Congress's response here? Does this not expose serious weaknesses in the Bengaluru urban infrastructure under the Congress government for quite some time now?
Thank you for having me on your show. And firstly, every inconvenience caused to Bengaluru's commuters is regrettable. Nobody in public life should trivialize the frustration of citizens who are stranded after yesterday's metro disruption.
100%.
But what happened next was even more interesting. While engineers, technicians, metro officials worked throughout the night, round the clock to restore services, certain politicians saw an opportunity for a headline. The metro was restored and it was operational by around 5 a.m. That is the first fact. The second fact is that BMRCL is not owned exclusively by Karnataka government. The BMRCL is a joint venture between the government of India and the government of Karnataka with equal participation. Now, my question to the empty trunk member of parliament is simple. When the metro runs, it is Modi's metro. When the metro expands, it is Modi's vision. When a station is inaugurated, it is BJP's achievement. But when there is a slight technical slag, it magically becomes a Congress's failure. BMRCL is a 50-50 partnership. You cannot privatize the credit and socialize the blame. If credit is 100% yours, blame cannot be 0% yours. And also, let's maintain perspective. technical disruptions have occurred across metro systems in India. Mumbai
So
Metro
I'll
line-
tell you what, Mr. Shivanna, I think 2 points that you raised over here, both facts that you just put out. I'm just here thinking if there's a Bengaluru resident that's watching this broadcast right now, he thinks that, you see, number one, the fact was that it started working at 5 a.m. this morning, but that's a very long time. That's almost about 10 and a half hours. That's a long and a huge time. And secondly, if this is about shifting blame, then, I mean, all residents have their heads in their knees and then they're thinking, okay, this is again being politicized.
No, who is politicizing it is the first question. I told you, now Mumbai Metro Line 3 suffered a major disruption this year. Mumbai Metro 1 has reported train failures and service disruptions. Nagpur Metro experienced a big ticketing situation. Delhi Metro has signaled, certain operational changes. Then does anybody conclude that Mumbai, Delhi or Nagpur is a third world governance? Of course not. A metro glitch is an operational issue. It requires accountability. It requires cooperative measures and systemic improvements. It does not require political grandstanding. Now, the truth is simple.
You see,
While
on
the
social media,
workers-
a lot of those techies, on social media, a lot of those techies started saying that, when thousands are stranded, the government has to come up with some sort of backup plan, backup transport systems that need to be activated, because that picture of them hitchhiking behind cargo trucks is a real saddening picture. I'll tell you what, Mr. Shivanna. That's the entire aspect here.
No doubt about it. See, Bengaluru deserves more than opportunistic politics. When the city moves forward, everyone wants to claim credit. When the city, faces a challenge, everyone wants to put the blame on someone. Real leadership does neither. Real leadership would roll up its sleeves, solve the problem, and get the city moving again. The workers did that last night, and the politicians should learn from them.
Okay. I'll take that question to Mr. Prasad. Mr. Vijay Prasad, before I bring in the activist, to bring in the civilian's voice here, and do stay on with us, Mr. Anuruddhan. Mr. Prasad, it took so long, yet it was fixed. The Congress party says they fixed it. And secondly, this blame shifting thing. What is it that you're showing us? Okay, I'll give you the mic. What is it that you're showing us?
See, this is the hitchhike which all the commuters, they took the open truck to reach their homes, okay? And this is the apathy of the current government that is ruling Bengaluru and Karnataka. And the spokesperson of Congress says, central government has equal rights in the BMRCL, okay?
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Okay. See, now, who is responsible for the day-to-day operations and maintenance? That is my first question. Who is responsible for the day-to-day operations? It is the
but the Congress party is also saying, Mr. Prasad, that when it comes to taking credit, you have big banners of Prime Minister come up.
See, now, See, now, when the metro
in fact, that is the only time Prime Minister Modi came to Bengaluru.
No, when the metro inauguration comes, Congress wants to take the credit. When the metro fails, they want to shift the blame onto the central government, saying that central government has equal rights. Central government, the Congress spokesperson should understand. He should get to know that central government is not responsible for the day-to-day operations and maintenance of the Bengaluru Namma metro. Okay, that is the first thing. The second thing is why this happens, because the Bengaluru is riddled with broken roads, potholes, and the people of Karnataka and Bengaluru are paying a heavy price for the negligence of the government. See, the operation, and having said that, the Karnataka government has a representation in BMRCL. What was he doing? Who is responsible? And the Karnataka government sends many representatives to the BMRCL.
We understand.
So who is responsible for it? Now, see, now, why we have metro cities in the major cities like Bengaluru to reduce the traffic congestion and improve the public mobility and improve the life of the commuters. But here, instead of improving, they are inconveniencing the commuters by having such a substandard maintenance. And why this? Because the Congress government is busy in the internal squabbles. There is no government.
Okay, we understand your point, Mr. Prasad. We understood what you're trying to say. Mr. Sandeep, take a look at this. You've heard what the Congress party is saying. You've heard what the BJP is saying. The BJP is saying, well, day-to-day activities, it's not our part of the job. And you've got potholes, you've got several other issues. And the Congress is busy in managing the firefighting with what's happening in its own self. The Congress party is saying that, you see, yes, it did stop working, but we rolled up our sleeves and we got to work and we fixed it. So the BJP is calling this first world talent, third world governance, but many of Namma Metro's, structural operations challenges, they predate this government as well, Mr. Prasad. I'm going to come to you on that particular aspect. The train fault was unfortunate, but what's your assessment here, Sandeep? How do you look at this?
Kabir, it's very unfortunate that the politicians don't take any pride in our country. They don't take pride in our city. They should learn from the Japanese. In Japan, the metro network gets delayed for 35 seconds. The entire staff got down and apologized to the commuters, saying we are very sorry we were 35 seconds late. There was another incident where a train was 3 minutes late. They got out and apologized to the and they actually have a policy where they I think even reimburse ticket prices if they are even a few seconds late. So Japan developed this metro system decades ago. We have just built them. We've actually leapfrogged in technology. We had the opportunity. We get the best technology, the best train set. The problem doesn't lie with those. The problem is clearly about management. First of all, they've created this hitchedy that state government and central government both are equal partners, and both of them do not insist on best benchmark. They insist on the worst benchmarks because they're only interested in corruption. Why should the metro be managed by an IAS official? Why don't you get technocrats to run it? Number one. Or give it professional management. Number two. Neither of this happens. They always leave it to our IAS officials, who I'm very sorry to say have been a huge letdown. When you look at Bangalore, we don't have a comprehensive mobility plan actually.
Yeah.
And BMRCL is such a corrupt organization. To get its funding, they fudged a comprehensive mobility plan. They fudged it. This is what students do in school and college. State government fudged it and to get funding from the central government. This is like, it can't even imagine such things happening. And what the city should ideally have, it should have a comprehensive mobility plan, a transport plan in the master plan. We don't have a master plan.
I hope Mr. Shivanna is hearing all of this, because you see, those are all very credible points that have been put across. And coming back to those visuals of commuters riding back on cargo trucks back to their residences, it's completely shocking. There's complete absence of credible backup transport options. You've got the gig workers that are fighting for any kind of credibility and legibility. Then you've got the auto unions that are throwing up mammoth prices that simply the techies can't really swallow. So there is no backup option here as well, Mr. Shivanna.
No, I agree with most of the points Sandeep is making, and he's been making these points for a long time now. And another crucial point that is required, that we need local governance. It has been about, since 2020, we haven't had elections to the BBMP. We don't have corporators. And all thanks to the BJP.
Whose fault is that?
All thanks to the BJP, they carried out a very arbitrary, illegal exercise of delimitation and reservation, which got jumped by the High Court of Karnataka. But the Congress government is
committed common man, sir. You're in power. You've been in power for so long.
Yes,
you can fix that in a snap.
In a snap, exactly. You have me on your show on August 31st, and we will have the local body elections concluded in lieu of the Supreme Court directions. See, the truth is simple. I never intended on politicizing this. But when BJP spokespersons and politicians try to take mileage out of it, it hurts me, and we're not going to hold back. While metro workers were fixing the problem, some politicians were fixing the camera angles. And that is the difference between governance and performance. And empty vessel
come back to the same square one.
In Karnataka, hold on. In Karnataka politics, some empty trunks of members of parliament seem determined to prove that proverb right every single day. And since Mr. Tejasvi Surya is so concerned about Bangalore, I have a few questions to him. How many times has he publicly confronted the union government regarding delays in infrastructure approvals affecting Bengaluru? How many times has he demanded greater central assistance for the city's mobility and urban challenges?
Okay, Mr. Shivanna, final 30 seconds to Mr. Prasad. Mr. Prasad, and also tell us what beyond criticism can be done here. From the BJP lens, what beyond criticism can actually be done here? You heard Sandeep's points, and he's made some credible points over there, giving us the Japanese example. What is beyond criticism? What is the BJP's point of view here? Final 30 seconds, Mr. Prasad.
No. See, first of all, the entire BMRCL has to be disbanded. that is the most incompetent persons that are sitting there. And instead of technical experts, a bureaucrat who is most corrupt, he's handling the day-to-day operations, and that has to be changed. And we are also one of the users of the metro. Okay. Having said that, let the government, this government, the most corrupt government, incompetent government, the negligent government, should take the responsibility of restoring the pride of the Namma Bengaluru and Namma Metro. And
Namma Bengaluru, Namma Metro, Namma problem. I mean, Bengaluru sells itself as India's city of future, but the true test of a global city is not how it performs on an everyday basis. It's about how it really picks itself back up, how it responds when something goes wrong. And yesterday was a major let-off on both of these accounts. My apologies, Sandeep, that, the civilians had to go through that. Sandeep, I'll end with you. Absolutely. I'll give you final 20 seconds, and I really have to wrap this up.
Hey, why I was insisting on a mobility plan is this. When the metro fails, why didn't we have an alternative?
That's exactly the question we put here.
Metro, you're talking of investing 400 crores per kilometer. With just 1 kilometer's cost, you can buy some 1,000 buses or something. We could infuse at least 20,000 more buses into the system, which is low cost. It's low-hanging fruit, and you'll have alternatives. Why can't they do things like this? It's because we don't have the planning capacity.
So, I mean, you see, that's the picture that we're trying to paint here, that yesterday only one train failed, but the entire system sort of failed with it. And I think we'll leave it at that operative portion. Sandeep, many thanks for taking on the time. Mr. Prasad, many thanks again for joining us here on News 9. And Mr. Shivarna, many thanks for your insights and representing the Congress party as well. All right, then, we're shifting our focus here. Some major developments coming from the world of sport here. And these are record-breaking. And we've got a very credible and interesting voice here. Do stay on with us. Cristiano Ronaldo, he had heard the noise after that match with DR Congo. And after Portugal's underwhelming draw against Congo, critics had slammed whether the 41-year-old was now a liability rather than an asset. Whilst Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, Vinicius Jr., Harry Kane were grabbing headlines elsewhere, Ronaldo was being written off. His answer came in typical Cristiano Ronaldo fashion: 2 goals, 1 statement, and the message straight into the camera: I'm back, I'm back. Joining us here on the broadcast is Musawwir Sheikh, also known as Playmaker India. He's a football content creator on Instagram, joining us here on the broadcast. Many thanks for taking off the time, Mr. Sheikh. What do you think actually turned this around? Is this the GOAT or CR7 who we usually see? Is this him who's fed on all the criticism and come back with those 2 roaring goals? I mean, made you take back down the memory lane when he played for Real Madrid. I mean, that offside trap, defeating it, putting it in the corner, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.